What is going on, fitness coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives, Make Money Online Trainer podcast. This is the number one show for online fitness coaches. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to deal with haters. Now, the reason we're having this conversation is there's a lot of you that are holding yourself back from sharing your opinion on social media because you're afraid of what somebody's going to say to you. There's a lot of you right now that are listening to this podcast that have posted something online and somebody has said something negative about it or negative to you, and you've allowed it to hold you back. And you might be one of those people that internalizes every single thing that people say to you, and it really affects you. In today's episode, I'm going to give you the framework for how I view haters, would be the first thing. The second thing is what to practically do. And the third thing is how to not let it fucking bother you. So I've been an online business owner for almost 11 years now. It's when I first started my journey, to be completely transparent, everybody was supportive. Like, I didn't really deal with a lot of haters at first, because when you're starting a new venture, it's almost like people want to cheer you on, right? When you're like breaking through, you're doing something different, you're like excited about it. People want to see like that, like come up story. And so people are excited about it. But as you start to get more successful and as you start to garner more attention, this is where people will start to hate on you. And here's why, okay? Everybody in their mind has this like idea or picture of what success looks like, right? Everybody has this perception of what success should look like or success does look like to them. And so when you start becoming successful and you're doing it in a way that is outside of their current mold of reality, they are going to hate on you because they don't understand. I'm going to give you an example. So when I started fitness coaching, I was fitness coaching in a community where there was like a ton of high level bodybuilding coaches. Like, we're talking about a ton. Alberta was super competitive. There was a ton of high level competitive coaches that were putting athletes on stage and causing them to win shows. So the way that you became a successful coach when I first started, like this was the model of the industry, was you did a bunch of shows. And after you did a bunch of shows yourself, you became a coach, you put other athletes on stage. And once your athletes started winning shows over a period of 10 years, everybody in the city would come to you because they knew that you were the best at training athletes to win shows. And obviously, if you're good at training athletes to win shows, you'd be good at training lifestyle. That's how people got successful when I first came up. And so when I came up and like I did 2 or 3 shows and then I started coaching people and my business started to get really successful, people hated it. They absolutely hated it because I was breaking the mold of what success should look like or is supposed to look like. And that's when the hate started coming. And it got to a point where when I first started coaching, I had this like, I did have a soft skin, I'm not gonna lie. And when I say I had a soft skin, I would let every comment really get to me. Like, I would really consider what the hater was saying and I would really think about it. And I used to almost try to argue my point. I remember there's this one guy that we actually used to be friends. And as my business started to take off, as soon as my business started to take off, I found out this guy was like talking shit. So I was like, why would you? I was like, me and you were friends. Like, I don't understand. So I like try to call him to like smooth it over. And he's like, yeah, dude, it's all good, blah, blah, blah. And then bam, next week he's talking shit. And then I'm like, what am I like? I'm just trying to be a good person. I'm just trying to share a good message. I'm just trying to help the world. And these people are hating on me. What the fuck? Like, I don't understand. And I would just be confused about it. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, why are you doing this? Like, I don't want to fight with you. I just want to do my shit and you do your shit and we can both just exist doing our own shit. Why do we have to fucking hate on each other? I don't understand. Here's what I realized though, and this mindset really helped me. The way that I view haters is a hater is a person that fuels and draws on negative emotion. Like, a hater is somebody that fuels on and draws on negative emotion. It's almost like those toxic relationships. You know, when you're with a partner and you guys fight all the fucking time, and we've all had those relationships where we fight all the time. And even though we hate fighting with each other, we do it all the time because we almost like need that toxicity. That's what haters are. They literally need that toxicity. And I'm sure that you can think about somebody right now in your life that literally needs that toxicity. At any point, something can be going so good and they find something to complain about, something to bitch about, something to moan about, etc. And so my life started changing when I realized that the best way to handle a hater is to give them literally no attention. Like, pretend they do not exist. And that mindset of literally giving somebody 0% of my attention, not a fucking ounce of my attention, is what allowed me to stop internalizing these thoughts and feelings. Now I legitimately think it's fucking hilarious. Like now I actually think it's funny because I'm just over here living my fucking life. I'm posting on social media. I'm doing my thing. I'm fucking having fun. It's all good. I'm going live. I'm sharing my content, sharing my opinion. And to think about the fact that there's somebody else on the other side of that screen that's sitting there with their fucking thumbs, typing out a nice, long, mean, nasty comment, thinking that they're going to get to me. And then when I read it, I just laugh. I'm like, you just wasted fucking 10 minutes of your day. And I'm living in your fucking head. I haven't thought about you once, ever. I never think about you. I'm just thinking about myself and my own goals. And you are over there fucking with your little fingers and thumbs fucking coming at me in the comments. So literally the mindset, you guys, is they don't fucking exist. They are irrelevant. They do not matter. Because as soon as you start giving them your attention and you start trying to combat their fucking opinion in the comments and you try to like level with them and reason with them and you try to like make them see your side of the situation, you lose. You fucking lose. It's like a lose situation because now you and your fucking badass energy and your high level energy is now downgraded to meet the level of somebody that has a low fucking level of vibration. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fucking do that at all. Now, I also want to caveat this because I think there's a difference between somebody that's like a legit hater and somebody that's just like an asshole, for lack of a better term, and somebody that disagrees with your opinion, because I think both can be thing, right? So like if I make a post and I'm like, never, ever, ever say these 3 words on sales calls, and somebody that's a sales coach is like, bro, I disagree with that last word that you used because I use it all the time and I close deals. That person's not a hater. They're just disagreeing with my fucking opinion. So if somebody just disagrees with my opinion, that doesn't make them a hater. But what would make them a hater would be if they're like, bro, that comment, the last word that you said, I disagree with, and your content is trash, you're dog shit. That's a fucking hater, right? That's somebody that's not only disagreeing with my opinion, but is also calling my content trash and dog shit. That is my definition of a hater. So I think there's a difference between having somebody that has like a difference of opinion in you and somebody that's actually fucking hating on you. My definition of like actually hating on you is they're like talking shit about you, your personality, like the message you're putting out, etc. That's a hater. Somebody that's disagreeing with my opinion, I'll always entertain that because I'm open to different perspectives. And if somebody has a valid opinion or a valid point, I'll be like, touche, I actually agree with that statement. That makes fucking sense to me. And it's like, and that's the thing, right? Like we really do have to have like the self-awareness to like look at the content that we're putting out and like ask ourselves, like, is there validity to this? And if there is validity to this, maybe I'll entertain it. Layne Norton is actually really famous for doing that. Like when Layne will make a post and somebody will disagree with him and they're actually right, he'll correct himself and he'll be like, you're right, my bad, I'm sorry. So let's come back to this, like this whole concept of how do I actually view haters, right? It's really fucking easy for us as creators when we're putting out content to almost like want to fight back, right? We just want to like fight back. And what I will tell you is that your life will not get any better by trying to convince somebody that doesn't like you to like you, period. It's just not going to happen. And this is also the same fundamental principle I follow when it comes to friends and family. Like my life's not going to get any better by convincing you with my words that, you know, I'm on the right path or that I'm doing the right thing or that like I am putting out the right amount of content. Like I'm not going to convince you with my words. I'm just going to do it. And then I'm going to show you the actions. And then the actions are going to lead to the result. And then it's going to be undeniable. Like a lot of people in my family, this is a true story. Okay. So I've talked about this pretty openly. Me and my mom don't have the best relationship and I don't hate her. We just don't have a great relationship. And she used to like ask me for money all the time. And I'm like, no, I'm not giving you money. Absolutely not. And so I made a post about making my first million. This was back in 2020. And she literally told everyone in my family, she's like, Brian's lying. He's not making that kind of money. Otherwise he'd be giving it to me. I'm like, no, I fucking wouldn't. But even my own mom didn't believe me until I fucking showed her. And then I got the house, then I got the Lambo, then I got the gym. You just fucking show them, you guys. If you're getting hate, it means that you're standing out from other people's mold of success. So that should mean that you should keep going and fucking show them. Okay. Fucking show them. Now there is like, here's my like line. Okay. So somebody's coming at me in the comments or the content, like whatever. Somebody's coming at me in the comments or they send me a DM and they're like, you're the scum of the earth. I hate you. I'm like, okay. So like, here's the line, right? So first things first is I literally just kind of like laugh and I'm like, thanks for the comment on my post. I appreciate you. I hope you have a fucking amazing day. I literally laugh. You guys can see it in my content all the time. Go to my comment section. I will just be laughing with like at people that are hating on me. And then if it gets aggressive, like let's say like I like laugh and they're like, I don't know why you're laughing. Your fucking hair is so stupid and fuck your wife, right? Because some people are just aggressive. If that's the case, I'm just going to block them because that person is never going to purchase anything off of me ever. And here's the best part about social media. When I say that like I literally pretend haters don't exist. My block list is extensive because if you piss me off or you're fucking annoying, I'm just going to block you. You don't exist in my world. You're not going to benefit my life from having you in my audience. I don't give a shit what you think about me. I don't care if you tell 5 people that I blocked you. I don't care. Okay. You're gone. And I'm never going to see your face again. And I'm fucking happy about it. And so if you find yourself like there's a guy or a person or whatever that's like consistently on your content or like talking shit or whatever, just block them, remove them from your life. Then they're gone. Then you never have to worry about it again. It's fucking fantastic. It's great. I love it. Now, I also want to say that if you have desires of going viral and you want your content to perform better and you want to be seen by a new audience, automatically by default, you are going to get hate. Why? Because if your content goes viral, that will mean that is shown to people that have never seen your content before. That's the definition of going viral. It's getting shown to new audiences. And when you get shown to new audiences, there's definitely going to be some people that think I'm handsome and have a nice beard and I'm really good looking. And there's also some people that are going to think I'm a snake oil salesman that's a piece of shit that shouldn't be coaching sales and blah, 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 blah. That's going to happen, right? Because not everyone's going to like you. Newsflash, it's fucking the internet. The internet can be savage sometimes. And so if you have desires of going viral, then you need to know that hate is a part of it. And so if you're starting to get some hate on your content, then that's actually a good thing, because when people are engaging with your content, what's actually happening is it's telling Instagram, this is a piece of content that people are interacting with. So we should send this out to more people, which means you get seen by more people. And you need to like that. Like that needs to be a good thing for you, because if it's a bad thing for you, and if you feel bad as you get hated on because you're taking it in and you're internalizing it, then you're not going to go viral, because you won't do the shit that's going to help you go viral because you're afraid that you're going to get fucking hated on, right? So you got to know that, like, if you want to go viral, it also comes with the smoke. It's fucking part of the game. The last thing I'll say on this subject, and to be honest, I never talk about this subject. And the reason I never talk about the subject is I don't give these fuckers any of my attention ever. I used to like reply to their videos and I used to like shove it in their face. Like I used to do that. Dude, I don't care anymore. Like my entire life is shoving it in their face. Like I drive a fucking Lambo back to my mansion, to my 20,000 square foot gym. Like my life is a fucking flex. I don't need to flex on a fucking hater. Okay. But the reason I'm having this conversation with you guys is because I think that you oftentimes take shit personally when people hate on you. And that's why you don't keep taking action. This podcast is about you. Like I don't let haters bother me because they have nothing to do with my success. They're not going to pay my fucking bills. They're not going to pay my mortgage. They're not going to pay my grandma's rent. So I don't give a fuck about them at all. Zero. Nada. Nien. There obviously are some times where somebody will say something. I'm like, ooh, that stung a little bit. Like, ouch. And then I move on. I'm like, all right. Like, okay, you fucker, touche. Peace out. Have a very nice day. And then I just move on. Now, the last thing I'll say on this subject while we're still here, while I've still got your attention, while you're still tuning in, is make sure that you're putting out shit that you believe in. Make sure you're putting out content that you believe in. Because if I get hated on for anything that I put out, that's actually my opinion. Like, and I'm not going to change my opinion just because you have an alternative one. Like if I have something to say, as an example, I put out a piece of content recently and I was like, I wake up at 3:30 a.m. every single day because by the time you open up your eyes, I've already gone to the gym, done my morning shit, fucking worked out, worked on my mindset, and I'm 5 steps ahead of you when you wake up at 7. And there was somebody that commented that was like, bro, like I stay up till midnight and I get up at 7 and I get just as much work done as you do. And I was like, I 100% disagree with you, because when you're up at midnight, you know, so you're staying up in the late night hours. Number one, there's a chance for that you could go out and have a drink with a friend. Number two, everybody's up, so there's more conversations. Number three, there's more distractions. And number four, I just think in the morning, you're going to be way more fucking clear-minded so you can actually move forward in your projects without getting distracted. I completely disagree with you. It's just like, I believe that. So like, I believe in what I'm putting out. So when people disagree with it or hate on it, that's totally cool. I had another person that was like, I'm so sick of this fucking 3:30 a.m. bullshit, and I don't fucking understand why you fucking entrepreneurs and right? And I was like, show me your bank account. If you're more successful than me, I'll fucking take your theory. What theory are you running with? Because like, I'm just trying to get successful, and I'm modeling successful people that I look up to. So if you have a theory that's fucking making you more money than I'm doing, fucking, you sounds good. Let's see. That's my opinion. So I don't care if people disagree with it, because that's actually my opinion. And so when you're putting out content, put out content that you actually resonate with, that actually is true for you. Because then if somebody does hate on it, or talk shit about it or even disagrees with it, you can be like, I completely respect your opinion. I disagree with you. It's like, that's it. That's okay. You can do that. And this is like, there's sometimes that I'll put out, like, this doesn't happen very often, but this happened once. And this was a year and a half ago. And I actually remember this. So Kirsten and I do a lot of content together. And we put out this video that was like, have you guys ever seen those videos that are like, send this video to your best friend, the person that loves you the most, and blah, 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 blah. Like, have you guys ever seen those videos? Kirsten and I were like fucking around one day. And we're like, let's do the opposite just to fuck around. And then we did a video that was like, send this video to your shittiest friend, the one that you don't invite to the parties, that you always never text back, that annoys you, but you love them. And we're like, haha, that was funny. We were just fucking around. But as soon as we post it, and like 5 minutes went by, and I looked at Kirsten, I was like, I literally hate that piece of content. Can we please take that down? And she's like, yes, we can. I was like, okay, thank God. I don't like that content. So sometimes when you put out something, if you don't actually stand behind it or you don't resonate with it, just take it down. Because if that piece of content goes viral, because like it was just a joke, we thought it was funny in the moment, and then we realized it wasn't that fucking funny. It's kind of rude. But if that piece of content goes super viral and I get hated on for that piece of content, well, they're fucking right. I'm being a dick, right? So you gotta make sure that when you're putting out content, it's content that you actually resonate with and that you actually believe in, that you can stand behind if somebody disagrees with you. Cool. So hopefully this podcast was helpful for you. If you are dealing with a hater, or you have dealt with a hater, or you have somebody in your life that hates on you, hopefully this podcast helped you understand how I think through and how I work through different sort of situations where I feel like I'm being hated on. So I literally give motherfuckers no attention because your opinion doesn't pay my grandma's fucking bills. So I don't give a shit. Sometimes it gets to me if they're like aggressive and fucking coming at me hot. If it does, I block them because you don't exist in my fucking world. In the comment section, there's a difference between somebody disagreeing with you and hating on you. Disagreeing with you is having an alternative opinion. Hating on you is casting negativity towards you. And finally, make sure you put out content that you actually fucking believe in. Because if you stand behind what you're saying and it's getting hated on, that's okay. That's part of the game. You actually want that. You want the smoke, because the more smoke that you get, the more viral that you're going. Peace, love, and protein. Have the best day of your entire life. And I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at @TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.